Hey guys, Andy here. Just going to do a 20-30 minute little Pilates session. Obviously most of these are probably stuck indoors the last 24 hours or more, and maybe for another few hours. So I know if I'm sitting around for a day or so not having done much exercise, my lower back can get a little bit achy and stiff. So it's just a quick little session. Obviously if there's any exercises you're not comfortable doing, or if you feel any pain during them, just don't do them, and hopefully you get a nice little bit of movement, get the blood flowing and get the body going. Okay, so we're just going to lie on our back and just start off with some nice easy little pelvic tilts. So all we're looking to do here is just rock the pelvis forwards and backwards. So you're you're pressing the small of your back into the floor, and then you're rolling it away into a little arch. Very nice if you've any kind of stiffness or any kind of ache in the low back, or if your back is a little bit slow to start in the morning. And then from there we're just going to go into some shoulder bridge work. So really all I want us to do is think about pushing through your feet. So if you think of your feet as a tripod, big toe, little toe, heel, you're just going to apply pressure down through your feet, and as you're rolling back through your pelvis, you're going to peel your spine up off the floor. So we'll just do about 5 of those. Just rolling and thinking about our spine as a little wave coming up off the floor, and then you're trying to lay it down from the top to the bottom. Excellent stuff. So from here then we're just going to stay up, and we're going to do our little leg extension. So we're just going to extend one leg, putting all the pressure down through the foot of your support leg, right? So really think about pushing through that foot. So as your glute and your hamstring are firing nicely, a little bit of tension in your calf, and not so much tension in your lower back. Alright, so it's really what's going on down through the feet. If the full leg extension is a little bit too much for you, you can just do little steps. Just obviously try not to let the pelvis drop from side to side. Really don't move the support leg until don't move the other leg until the support leg is solid. And then you can go up higher into some little toe taps all the way up into tabletop. And we'll just use single legs, and we'll do 5 on each of those. So really you can mess around with the shoulder bridge as much as you like, depending on how good you are at it, or how strong or confident you feel doing it. You can have a small little pillow under your head at this stage, nothing too severe where it's going to strain your neck. And we'll roll back down. Very nice. Just grab your knees in, give them a little hug. Good, and then from here we're just going to do some nice hip twists. So we're going to keep our feet and our knees together, and we're just going to let our knees fall out to the side. And you're trying to keep the opposite shoulder in touch with the floor. So I'm going to come to this side. I don't want my shoulder coming up here. I want to try and keep my shoulder blade down, so I get a nice rotation through the lower back, and I'm keeping my feet stacked on top of each other as I rock from side to side. And again, it's a nice easy exercise. It's only designed to help mobilize through the lower back. And with your breathing, just try and keep your breathing comfortable and natural, guys, okay? I'm not one in for telling people when to breathe and when not to breathe. We all breathe at different rates. So we move into tabletop position. So again, a little bit more of a difficult exercise, may put a little bit more pressure on the lower back. So again, just take it slow, depending on how you're feeling. And again, we'll just go over and back a few times. And you're still trying to keep those shoulder blades touching off the floor. And one more. And then if you're feeling really strong, we can go into the full leg. So we've got our legs straight. I'm trying to just bring them over and back for the wall. A bit more space in the kitchen here. And the further away you get your feet, the tougher it's going to be, okay? So again, you may feel a little bit more pressure on the lower back. So just take that one handy, depending on what you're feeling. Good stuff. So again, there's a few there to play around. Pick a level that you're comfortable with, and you can stay on that level. So from here then, we're just going to extend our left leg out. And as we have our left leg out, we're going to pull our knee to our chest, but we're also going to press our knee into our hands. So we're kind of really driving our hip into the floor. And then we're just going to do a little change. I'm going to just do a few of these. So we're gently pulling with the hands and pressing with the knee. We alternate from side to side. Again, just keeping the breathing nice and relaxed. Very good. Excellent. And we go back down into our resting position. And then from here, so we'll take our legs into tabletop. We'll take our left leg into tabletop. And we're just going to do some nice easy toe taps. So we'll just do 5 on each side. And again, when we're doing these guys, what we're trying to do is make sure that we're thinking about what is it moving. So yeah, the leg is tapping up and down. We want to maintain our nice neutral pelvis, keeping our pelvic floor switched on, and we're trying to move the knee away, not just bending at the knee just to tap the floor. So we're using our hip flexor to bring that leg up and down to the floor. And then we'll do our leg extension, so a slightly harder version of that. We just go out and back. Okay, so we're going using a little bit more hip flexor, a little bit more quad activation. If you point those toes, you feel that quad fire, so you're getting full leg exercise. And we're thinking about what's not moving again, okay? Concentrating on the pelvis and the lower back. And again, just breathing normally. So you normally would breathe out on the hard part of the exercise. So you're exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. We'll keep it all calm. There's no need for heavy breathing during these exercises. Brilliant. And then to move them up a level, we place our 2 legs in tabletop. So if you're comfortable, go ahead with this. If not, you can do another step with 1 leg on the floor. And here we are doing our leg extensions in our tabletop position. So again, there's a little bit more downward pressure through the lower back, a little bit more tension. You're still trying to keep your neutral pelvis in place, pelvic floor switched on. And then we'll do a few toe taps, and we can alternate from side to side. Good stuff. And again, trying to keep the opposite leg really steady. So when one leg is moving, the other leg shouldn't be rocking around. Imagine you got a cup of milk or something, or whatever, a cup of tea on the top of the knee there, and you don't want it to fall. Lovely. And then grab them in. Give it a little pull. So while we're still on our back, I'm going to do another shoulder bridge, but I'm going to do a shoulder bridge that helps mobilise up through the upper thoracic. So I'm going to place my hands over my head, and they don't have to be stretched out far. They just interlace the fingers and try and just keep the arms flat on the floor. And from here, I'm going to shoulder bridge again, pushing down through my feet and coming up nice and high. And then as I lower down, depending on how tight my upper back is, I should nearly be able to put each vertebrae of my upper thoracics on the floor. And I'm rolling through, coming up. So I'm feeling a nice torque or a nice stretch through the upper thoracics. So sometimes it's hard for people to really target their upper thoracics and mobilise them nicely. Using a foam roller can help. Well, this is a lovely one I like to do. Just keep your arms flat on the floor, or as low as you can get them. If you're quite tight through the shoulders, you may find you can't actually get the arms down. So that's something for you to work on. Very good. I really like this one. Again, if you're obviously sitting at a desk for a large part of your day, this is a brilliant one just to help kind of extend up through the upper back when you've been flexed all day. Good stuff, lovely. Okay, and then we do some nice little tummy crunches. So we're going to place our hands behind our head, feet flat on the floor. Now when we're doing our tummy crunches, I like to try and make sure we're not letting the pelvis roll flat into the floor. We're keeping a nice neutral pelvis. So we have to switch on through the core. And then when we're doing our ab crunch, we're kind of working against the pelvis from rolling into the floor. So we're trying to maintain that. And we don't have to come up very high because we're switched on through here. So give us about 10 of them. So if I was letting it roll, it would look a little bit like this, and I'd come up a bit higher. But I'm trying not to let myself roll as I'm coming up and down. And I'm really not trying to pull with my arms. I'm trying to lift with the muscles running down the front of my body, my abs and everything else, okay? While maintaining a nice neutral pelvis or that little space underneath the small of my back as I'm coming up and down. Good stuff. So if you're alright with about 8 or 10 of those, let's go to the next level. Legs up in tabletop. You can put your legs together if you like. And we'll just do the same thing. A little bit tougher. And again, I'm not pulling on my neck. I'm just lifting with my abs and the muscles running down the front of my body. I'm aiming for 8 or 10 of those again. Good stuff. And then we'll just go straight into some bicycle crunches. I'm going to come back. And what we're trying to do here is bring our opposite shoulder over to our knee. I'm not bringing the knee to my shoulder. I'm trying again to maintain that neutral pelvis as we extend forwards and backwards. Couple more. Good stuff. And a wee little stretch again. Nice to stretch through. Okay, so we'll do one more on our back and then we'll flick on our sides. So we're just going to do our dead bugs. Dead bugs are great. It just helps. Coordination is the other name for it. So we place our hands straight up above us and we're keeping our shoulders tucked back and down, alright? So we're still trying to keep those shoulder blades touching the floor. Left leg into tabletop, right leg into tabletop. And from here we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're bringing one arm over as it goes away in line with the other, same leg. And we come back in and we'll change. So this is always a good one to see in class. Everybody gets it wrong for the first few classes and then they eventually get the coordination. Or some people never get it. You can spot the dancers or those that can't dance. And we just alternate from side to side. And again, we're thinking about that neutral pelvis. We're not letting the pelvis rock and roll. We're keeping a nice straight line. This is a good one because it's working through the abs and the core from both upper and lower body. So you get a nice little stretch through this position. Sorry, I made a mess of that one. And one more. Excellent stuff. Lovely, brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to pop up here. So we're going to do some nice little roll downs now that we're warm, okay? If you have a little bit of a niggly back, you can obviously take these very slowly. So you can just have your legs lengthened out a little bit in front of you. You can let the knees hang out wide and put the feet together. So you got a little diamond shape here. And all we're going to do is roll down and roll back up again. So we're sitting up tall, so I'm on my sit bones. Again, I can put my hands out in front and I'm just going to try and slowly roll down through the vertebrae all the way back. And you bring your arms over your head. And we're bringing our hands back up, tucking our chin in and rolling up nice and slow, and we're back up into our sit bones. Now if you're finding trouble getting back up again, you can get someone to sit on your feet or you can straighten your legs, whatever way you like. So it can also look a little bit like this, or you can use a band wrapped around your feet and you can pull on it. But really what we're trying to do with this exercise is use our abs as best we can, coming up as slow as we can, okay? And really what you're trying to do is work your way back to the point that you're stuck, coming back up again. That you're almost, you inch your feet forward, so I'll probably get nicely stuck now. And up we come like so. It's a pretty crap effort. Alright, so we'll do a couple more then. And what we like to say is no momentum, so you're not allowed to fling yourself up as best as possible. Okay, good stuff. So from here then we'll do some nice little mermaid stretches, okay? Always nice just to do as an intermission between exercises. So we're just going to drop down, side bend, come back over like so. And we just go from side to side, opening up on one side, closing on the other. I'm trying to open up my rib cage here, trying to lengthen up through my rib cage. I'm going to do one more. These are really nice to mobilize the hips. And then from the front, we'll just rock into it at the front here. And back up. So we got one hip externally rotated, one hip internally rotated. So we're getting a nice little twist through the hips to open them up. And then if you like, you can turn totally to the opposite side and just pull yourself over. See what you can get. Good stuff. And then we'll do a quick little change. So we just swap our legs. And we just do the same thing, just 3 or 4 to the right here. Coming over. So a little bit of a tight left hip. I always find it harder coming back to this side. And again, we're just breathing through it. Exhale on your stretch and try and relax into your stretch. That's the idea. Good stuff. And then we'll come to the front. I feel a little bit of a pinch there. Good stuff. And then just pulling myself to the left. Excellent work. So we'll just get into some side bends. So we're going to have ourselves in a nice straight line. Good solid shoulder. Elbows under my shoulder. I'm going to keep a straight line to my knees, tuck my feet in behind me. And all I'm going to do here is kind of push up through the knees and the elbows, side bend. And back down. Do 3 of each level. Good stuff. So you're trying to get a nice arc through the body. Then we're going to pop up onto the hand. Good solid pressure through the palm of the hand. I've formed a little V sit now. So as I come up, push my knees forward and back down. Sorry, push my hips forward to create that straight line again. We do 3 of those. Excellent work. And then if you're into it, we'll do the full Monty. So we're going to go all the way up. So get that hand good bit away. Legs are in a kind of a scissor shape with the top foot. You're going to drive down through that foot, anchor through this hand, and you're going to come up nice and smooth into a straight line. And then we're going to scissors our feet, our legs back, so as we plonk back down onto our hips. And we'll press down through our top leg. Nice and smooth and controlled. Really think about pressure through this arm, shoulder tucked back. So when we're here, all that downward force is solid through the shoulder, you're not hurting your shoulder. And if you want, you could throw in a few twists around. Very good. Try and get those hips nice and high, bum in the air. Alright. Super stuff, no bother. Okay, so we'll turn around and go the other way. Exactly the same thing. On our elbow right under the shoulder, knees in line, and we'll just go through, getting a nice arc up and down, looking straight ahead, so you keep a lovely straight line. It's all about trying to look at the lines you're making, the strength that you're holding, and good control over quality, quality over quantity with control. So into the hand then, open chest, pressing down through that palm, nice little V shape. As we come up, we shift the hips forward and back down. And one more. Good stuff. And then the full Monty. So you get this support and a good bit away, because the length of your legs will dictate how far your body travels. So your shoulder is over your hands. So if you're tall, get further away, further than feels comfortable. Pushing right down with that top leg, drive with that foot. Up you go. Perfect. I finished over my hand pretty much. And back down. Nice, good, solid shoulder. Breathing in and exhale through. I'm going to do one more with 3 twists. Up again. And as you're twisting, good solid connection through that hand. And one more for good luck. Excellent work. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll go on to our hands and knees then. So another nice little mobility intermission exercise would be your cat dogs. So we're on our hands and our knees. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, so we're creating a nice little box. And all we do is arch our back, look between our knees, and then roll our hips forward and look up. So all this move is happening at the hips. A lot of people do all kinds of things with their arms and they get quite confused about where they're going. Shoulders tucked back and down. Just move those hips and move that neck. And you're getting that nice little wave through the spine as you're breathing through the move. Very good. And then you can do a few little tail wags. So you're just going to shift your hips to the right and look around. Shift your hips to the left, look around. And we just go from side to side, just to get some kind of side bending movement through the spine. Very good. And then this position can obviously take us straight into just some swimming, alright? So do an opposite arm, opposite leg. Nice and steady. Now when I'm here, I want a good downward pressure through my hand, solid connection through my knee. I'm bringing this arm up to my ear and I'm pointing this leg to the skirting board. I'm not up here creating loads of back extension. I've got my belly button drawn in a little bit, and then when I come in to change, I want a really smooth change over. Thinking of a nice straight line from this hand to this toe and back through. And we just change over a few times. This mat isn't the best. Knees on the marble. Probably more of a yoga mat than a Pilates mat, so just make sure you've got the right stuff. And one more. Excellent work. And then we'll just go in to touch the elbow off the knee. Elbow off the knee. Excellent. And change. Opposite side, elbow off the knee. 3 of those. Good stuff, lovely. And then again, we can just do a nice little child pose stretch for any stiff backs in the house. And here we're just looking at tucking the knees in. Nice and relaxed and breathing into the belly to release out through the lower lumbars. There's a little intermission now again before we do some nice hard press ups. So you have a couple of choices with your press ups. Obviously the easier type press up, if that's what you wish to do, is kind of this lad here where you're just bringing your nose down to the mat between your thumbs. Okay. I do try and encourage people to do more of a proper press up on their knees, whereby you have a nice straight line from your shoulders to your knees, and even if it's just in here and back, at least you're really engaging everything the right way. Try and keep the elbows close to the body, not out wide, okay? So let's try a few of these, going as low as you feel you can go and getting back up again, alright? So maybe aim for about 5, down and up. And then if you're able to, you can go all the way onto the toes, nice and strong, down, press through. And when you're doing your push-up, try and think about pressing your hands into the floor. Don't think about lifting your body up off the floor. It's more about trying to push into the floor to drive yourself back up. Okay? So that's a few of those. They're always great to do, okay? Then obviously your obligatory plank when it comes to Pilates, okay? So again, we're on our toes, hands flat, shoulders tucked back and down. And you're just going to hold it for a count of 10 or whatever you like to do. You can alternate in with some nice little leg raises. You can do some nice little hip twists. Try to get the outside of your hip onto the mat. Over and back we go there. Lovely, excellent. Okay, so from here then we can just do some nice little sideline work. So we're going to kneel and we're just going to drop to the side, take up the opposite leg, give it a little kick, Bring it in, come through here. Stay nice and strong, shoulder tuck back and down. Give a little kick with that leg back through. And we'll alternate from side to side 3 or 4 times. You're trying to obviously get a nice right angle through that hip. Extend out, take it in and back. Alternate in and back. And then we can do some nice little knee to elbow. And we do 3 or 4 of those. If these are too difficult, just continue doing what you were just doing. So we're just trying to mix it up between kind of level 1 stuff and a little bit harder. Super. Okay, so that's probably enough for us anyway. So if you're not getting out into the snow today, just do a little bit of this. Build in some of those lovely stretches. And again, just try and keep moving. That's the key to it when we're a bit housebound, suffering from a bit of cabin fever. Enjoy!